So the whole idea behind defining those opposites, to deny, refute, assert, is to kind of clarify the reality that there actually is no condition called no choice. There really isn't. There's a gradient of choices, right? From really almost non-existent, ineffective choice to fully aware, fully conscious, fully empowered choice. But this idea that there's no choice is actually, I'd say for all functional purposes, is actually a fallacy. So the word assert there connotates the idea that you actually have to choose to submit. You have to choose to go into agreement with something that's having an effect on you that you're perceiving as adverse, right? On some level. Okay? And so that gradient is a measurement of awareness and consciousness, right? So obviously at the denial, refute, assert level, like you're way down on the bottom end of the scale of consciousness and awareness, but you're still making a choice on some level. Okay. So that understanding is crucial to the components of empowerment that occur exponentially as you get more conscious and aware. In other words, that dynamic is actually the indicator of why acknowledge, accept, agree works the way that it does. It's what gives it its actual power. And I'm sure that that probably sounds a little bit esoteric too, but as we detail our way through, it'll get clearer and clearer and clearer, because the more you understand the mechanics and components of something, the easier it is to commit yourself to it, right? When you know how something is going to work. Well, I know the brakes in my car and how they work, so I'm very confident that I can go fast while I drive, because I know with a high likely degree of certainty that when I apply my brakes, they're going to function the way that I understand that brakes would function, because I know the general mechanics of how brakes work, right? I don't have to be an expert. I don't have to be able to take them out and put them in and repair them at every fine instance. But because I know the general physics of how they work, I can have confidence in how I commit to their presence and use. Okay, so that's why the word assert there is very particular, because it still means I'm standing up for myself and making a choice on some level. It still means that. But what it's taking into account is that consciousness and awareness around what I assert, when I assert it, and why I'm asserting it is where the power actually is. So we can say that assertion in some ways is neutral. We can use it as an action and a state of being for really effective purposes, or we can use it in the same manner, but against ourselves for diminishing purposes. And it's not the act itself, it's the why behind it.